You can't make good financial decisions if you don't have the space to make them. Hold on.
Cash moves everything around me. Cream it.
Yeah. You ever drive in a car? I mean, you drive in a car because you're going. That was cool. When you're driving a car, they always tell you to keep good braking distance. I really want this to be taller. I'm gonna make it taller. Okay, I'm back. When you're learning to drive, they tell you, don't judge my drawings, y'all. To keep a safe distance between you and the car ahead of you, right? Why? Because if something happens and they hit the brakes and you right up on their bumper, you got a better chance of crashing into them, and you responsible for it, right? So they tell you to keep a safe distance so that you got time to do what? To react. Having a month ahead fund is like creating more space between you and the obstacles ahead of you. So you got time to adjust in a way that's not worse. Because I know you've seen those car accidents where somebody tried to do something and didn't even realize that they were turning into a lane where another bigger car was coming, and then, right? They made a bad situation worse because they didn't have time to really look around them and make a better decision. But when you got space between you, not only can you avoid the situation all the time, if you do have to deviate from the plan, you can deviate to a direction that doesn't cause more damage. The month ahead fund is creating 30 days to adjust for changes. If you have your bills on auto pay and the bill comes in a little higher than expected, it gives you that time frame to research it, to find out, is this bill right? To earn extra income, to work a little overtime to make that money back to pay that difference, right? It gives you a little bit of distance if the bill comes in a little bit early. You know, sometimes we schedule the auto pay for the 15th, but the company is like, you know what, we're going to take it on the 14th because it's a holiday and we don't want to be bothered, right? And that can throw you off when you paycheck to paycheck. It creates some space for that because you got a whole month worth of fixed bills in a savings account, meaning you are ready to pay all your bills before the month even starts. This paycheck don't even got to hit it, and you can pay these bills. So when the paycheck actually comes in, this is the beauty. I like visual. You're ADHD like me, right? So I try to make things visual. The way people teach money, they teach in a way that don't work with our neurodivergent mind. I'm a very visual person. Like, I like to hear it, I like to read it, but it really sinks in when I see it, right? Okay. So for those of y'all who are just watching, I'm Coach B, ADHD money coach, and I teach gifted Black women, the 4 times exceptional, money techniques for our neurodivergent brain so that we can actually enjoy the money we work so goddamn hard for, okay? So I'm gonna get into it. Now, normally, this is our situation, right? We got money from our paychecks, right? And it's in our bank account. And then what happens is, bills is due. So almost all of that money comes out. We left with just like a little bit in there for gas and groceries and other random things that we need throughout the month. And that's stressful, right? Especially the first paycheck of the month. Because that's when rent and mortgage and stuff, them big bills are due. It don't really leave us a whole lot. It's stressful, right? You don't really feel confident putting yourself on auto pay when you got a little bit left over like that, right? Right? Next pay period, you get another check. Now your bills that month, that pay period might not be that high because you paid all your big bills early. So you got a little more left over than usual, but it's still not, crazy. You're like, okay, I could definitely get groceries. I could definitely get gas. I could definitely do the little things, but you don't feel confident even putting money into savings account because you're telling yourself, if something happened, I'm a little, so you don't end up doing what you claim you want to do every single month. Is I'm going to start paying myself first. I'm going to start contributing to savings because you don't have a lot of confidence in here. Okay. This is what the month ahead fund does for you. The month ahead fund is 30 days, your month, of fixed expenses and only fixed expenses. And here's the reason why I say only fixed expenses. Because if you got money for other stuff, you're going to convince yourself that you can touch that money for something. Because you're going to be like, oh, I got grocery money in here. I put some shopping money in here. I could take a little extra. You're going to talk yourself into stealing from yourself. This is bill money, okay? So this money, this extra money that you put in here in this month ahead fund, this is bills, your fixed bills only, stuff that you absolutely got to pay no matter what, right? So you got 30 days worth of fixed expenses in here, right? Now, when your paycheck hits, actually, I should have probably made 30 days bigger because that don't look real 30 days. That look like, this look more like 30 days. Okay? 30 days. Now, when your paycheck hits, it looks like this. Nice. You like that? You're looking at your checking account like, girl, look at you. You know I'm used to a zero balance, but a comma in it after I pay my bills feels amazing. I like it. So bills come due and you start to pay those bills. Now, you ain't going to pull from here because this money is what you need to pay your bills from, your month ahead fund. So your bills come in and they top heavy because it's the first of the month. So, it eats up a good little chunk of that, right? But look, you got a lot left. You feel confident about the rest of the pay period. Like, yes, I absolutely can take out the amount that I said that I would give myself for day-to-day spending. I absolutely can contribute to my savings like I plan to. I'm good. If these bills were on auto pay, I'm not worried about not overdrafting my account. I got the money, okay? I got the money. Now, next paycheck comes in. Next paycheck comes in, and we got to pay the next set of bills. We're still a month ahead. Now, we've paid the rest of our bills, and we knew it was going to be that amount because we had 1 month. The money we're paying from is here. So now payday is simply about replenishing your month ahead. Now, this becomes a month ahead fund. Those paychecks are simply replenishing your previous amount. Now, the beauty of having a month ahead fund is if something happens, you have time to adjust. So let's suppose in this scenario, that those last set of bills actually came in slightly higher because, I don't know, you had a water leak and so your water bill came up a little higher. So it came up into this red area a little bit. That's annoying, but it's not going to stress you out too bad. It's not going to overdraft your account. And you have time to make adjustments for it. So you know, okay, I need to work like 2 more hours of overtime to make that money back, right? I need to DoorDash like 2 days. I need to, do a little hair if you braid on the side, you know what I'm saying? If you whatever your hustle is to be able to make that money back, but you got time to adjust. You don't have to start getting into a cycle of paralysis where you're anxious and you're feeling like, I'm just bad with money. I don't know what I'm doing. And that starts to mess with your mental health. And let me tell you something. This is what I really came here to tell you, okay? There is no universe where your mental health and your money are not connected to each other, okay? Your mental health, if it's poor. Am I all right? Y'all help me. And I'm going to just put money health. Okay? There's no universe where these things don't affect each other, right? So if your mental health is poor, right? Let's say you're dealing with depression or you're stressed or you're anxious because the bill came out a little bit higher. You're not going to be able to make the best financial decisions. And so it's going to affect your finances even more. And when your finances aren't doing well, that starts to affect how you feel about yourself, how anxious you are, how frustrated you are at work, right? And that starts to mess with your mental health. Now your mental health is worse. And so now you snapping on people at work and you're losing your job. It affects your financial health, right? But when you have good mental health, or at least good mental health awareness, you're able to put things and systems and support in place so that you're not sabotaging your financial health. And when you're thriving financially, you can invest in things to help your mental health, right? Having a month ahead fund creates the space you need to adjust so you don't end up finding yourself in mental health crisis and it turning into financial crisis. So I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you to take the month ahead fund challenge. I'm challenging you to download the chart and get a month ahead on your bills so you have space to respond, space to react, space for life to be lifing and for ADHD to be ADHD, okay? Because here's the other thing, I didn't say this before, is when you're a month ahead on your bills, you can put your bills on auto pay with confidence, okay? You have the confidence of a rich auntie. You know what I mean? Rich aunties put her stuff on auto pay. She's not worried about it. She's not worried about it. Rich auntie confidence. That's what we want. Listen, y'all. I want you to be able to set it so that you don't have to worry about forgetting. Okay? You can set those bills on auto pay with a month ahead fund. Click the button, take the challenge. Y'all know I gotta walk off on y'all because y'all don't ever be listening to me. I be trying. Y'all don't